Empire presents the Word on the Beat talk show. I'm your host, Jen K, and you're tuned in to another exciting episode. So turn that volume up, sit back, and enjoy the show. What's up, everyone? This is Jen K with Word on the Beat. I am so excited. We are on season 2, episode 8, and I have been dying to get my guest on the couch. He does it all. He's an artist, songwriter, actor, you know, he's got that movie star quality to him. We're going to get into exactly what he's been up to. Let's get into this, y'all. The artist Kali.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh my gosh. I've been trying to get an interview with you. I know you're busy and I've had stuff going on. And I knew I needed you on season 2, though, for sure.
Yes, for sure. I see you too out here busy, so it's good.
You know, we've been moving for a little bit. It's been nice.
Yeah, and I love the studio too, for sure. It's really nice.
You should definitely come through more.
Oh yeah, well, you know, the next time at our next period, wherever we get to next, we're for sure always pay some love to Word on the Beat.
Appreciate you. Now, Kali, you were born in Cleveland.
Yes.
But you were raised in Southern California.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I went out there. My mom moved us out there when I was like 11, going on 12.
Okay. All right. So you kind of had some of the the Midwest type of.
Yes. Oh yeah, the influence from the Midwest, and then
definitely the West Coast.
For sure, that's I think where my biggest musical influence is, more West Coast.
Mm-hmm. So how did you end up in the Pacific Northwest?
I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, the green was attractive to me, and I mean what I mean by green is just because prior to that I was in Arizona, so I lived in Arizona for like 7 years, almost 8 years. And then I just wanted to get back to the city, and I was chasing money. So when I said green, I meant like the bag.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now you are a rapper, a songwriter.
Yes.
Actor.
Yes.
What else do you do? I'm sure you do. You just have a hand in everything, I feel like.
Oh yeah. You know what? It seems like everything is coming that I actually wanted, like as far as like writing commercial music.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something big that I'm doing. And then I partnered with Sheldon Black and Aaron Focus with, you know, writing some scripts and stuff like that. So basically I'm writing a story, and then because I'm a story writer, right? So and then he's helping me take it and put it more into script format, and then.
Okay. We might be able to add like playwright, like script writer onto your resume. Okay. Let's talk about the music. That I'm assuming that's where you really started was music. I think I saw something about you where you won a freestyle battle.
Oh.
In like 08. For
yes, you talking about on Golden Mike.
Yeah.
Yes. The site was really active. It was people from all over the world on there actually. But it was really big because the site was hosted by VH1, mm-hmm. and then it said later that Spike Lee's estate, not saying that he purchased it, but his estate had purchased the site, and then like maybe a year later it went down, so I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, I was #1 audio battler on there. They had leagues and stuff like that, so I was like #1 of my league.
Gotcha. Okay, so what obviously music has changed a lot since then,
of course.
So let's talk about your experience in music and how you got started, and how how music has evolved for you.
Okay, so I started writing music. I think I wrote my first song when I was 15, to like an Outkast instrumental, and then what happened was I got in trouble, so I got locked up in Cali, gangbanging and stuff. Ended up in jail. Met this dude who he didn't commit a crime, but he was like there, so he ended up getting arrested as like co-conspirator or whatever, and he was already into music. He was working with Thaartist and stuff. So when I met him, he like helped me develop more from I guess every song I wrote had a gun in it or something. But and then he was like, basically helped me develop my style. And then when I got out, I actually went into the studio with him. That was like some of my first experiences, meeting with Divine Evans, Jaheem's manager. And then I thought I was gonna give music up because my last project I was working on this thing called Afro Man, which is on YouTube. It was a movie that I had. So my cousin went to school with this girl who sang with Bone, right? So I got introduced to her, and then from there, she called me and asked me to write for that movie, and that was the first one. Like I said, they were gonna have like Eddie Griffin in it, and the budget never fell through. So, but that was the first one, and he loved the song. He was like, "Man, you actually like took the comic book and like wrote the whole comic book out, you know what I mean? And that's pretty dope. And you kept it meaningful, and it was like, you know what I mean? It was dope beat. And they always say I got good beat choice. So I never stopped being hungry for getting that sync licensing. So like my whole progress has been trying to get signed to a writing deal. Okay. And then when I moved to here, it wasn't until I came to Seattle that my boy called me from Cali and was like, "Yo, we got the Snoop Connect, come out." And then I flew out to California. That's when I came back and met you the first time, right? And then we sat down. It was right after, because I didn't sign the second year, but my first year of being signed, I was with Pimp on ENT, RMM, in affiliation with the Return to Doggy Style. And so I flew out to LA several times. And then I came out here and I was more on the underground scene, just meeting people, meeting connects. But I just kept going because I was hungry for it, right? So I was working with Robert, winning these awards. And then, so my producer, I got introduced to. My buddy, he's connected to a lot of people because he's out in LA. So he get to go and meet all these people at poker games and stuff like that, like Jimmy Iovine and all them, right? So he met this guy, Mark. He's a producer, and he's out of Arizona. And he produced like Destiny's Child and Little Flip. And he's working with Sounds of Blackness. They just won a BET 45th award last year for their work on the song called Thankful with Buddy McLean. So all this is just kind of happening, and then I ended up getting this distribution deal. So like, I remember when music was 3 verses, and then now it's, now we didn't flip it to 2. Yeah. Just seeing all the youngsters with auto tunes, and I was so resistant to it. I think my adaptability was being able to adapt to how music has developed and stay relevant.
Yeah, well, your music is very much a storytelling style, which I love. I absolutely love that, which I feel like still stays relevant.
Right.
It's just, it's all those extras, the auto-tune and the...
Right. Yeah, too much of it, I think, saturates the music, for sure.
Yeah. But like you said, you do choose really good beats.
Thank you.
I was riding to your music today, hanging out at home, getting ready for the interview.
Right.
I just had it blasting the whole time. You said when we met, do you remember where we met? Because I think I do, but I don't. I know. So TDH is the one who introduced us.
Okay.
I know it was at Jazz Bones.
Okay.
But I don't know what event.
Did I perform there?
No, I want to say it was, this is where I'm not quite remembering. I think it was BG's birthday bash when he was still with when he was still Ink Productions and a club promoter. Okay. I think. Right. Because around that time I wasn't outside much. Right. And I think I was still with Digital Dope Boys. And Frankie. I don't think I'd started Word on the Beat yet.
Oh, no, wait. Wasn't you there when I talked to Frankie Hustle during that interview?
Was it at the studio on A Street, downtown Tacoma? Yeah. I don't think so, though. Because he really didn't like having me around the artists for a while. He wouldn't let me.
I think somehow, though, something happened. But either way.
I think that's when we first met, because I know TDH introduced us. Okay. And then shortly after that, I was in Seattle at a show that you performed at. I think I went because you invited me.
Was it the Loonies one?
Yes, it was the Loonies one. Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw Yuck Mouth too at the West Coast Music Awards. So,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of dope. Still don't know who I was because these guys meet thousands of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Have millions of
they've
people
been
all
around
the time.
forever.
Yeah, and that's a
you know.
reason too. I don't ride coattails because these guys don't. You know what I'm saying? Unless you getting introduced to him and meeting him and shaking his hand and y'all exchanging information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then what is the purpose of this meet too? You know, like you just as you progress in this industry too, you start learning a lot more about business than you do music. I guess that's why I'm only on my second project. But I have the other soundtracks. But as far as my solo stuff, I've only dropped 2 albums only because, just learning the business. And I know a lot of people be pushing singles, but when you listen to the old heads like Scarface, and I listen to the older heads because they've done this before.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we just getting into this, and then everyone's trying to break, doing crazy stuff, going in stores, trying to pop off all kinds of different ways. You get what I'm saying? Because they think that that's the way. Well, because someone else made it on SoundCloud don't mean you are, but that's the new, everyone's chasing that way. And then everyone thinks going viral on Facebook is the way. But really, you just staying consistent, and just, you know what I'm saying? That is really where it's at. And then my own hunger for it, because some doors that I went to and knocked on, they closed on me, but then I didn't stop knocking though. And then those ones open. And then those ones open other ones. So, you know what I mean?
And that's one thing about you that I've always respected is you don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, even if you get a no, it's not really a no to you. It's a not yet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know?
So right. So I shot out at Empire, right? Because I was trying to get the distribution deal a long time ago. I wanted a better distribution deal. You know, we signed up. We got all these other CD Baby and stuff like that, right, for distribution. And like I was looking for a real good distribution with maybe some marketing or something behind it. And when I shot at Empire, the first thing they said was, "Oh no, we're sorry, but don't feel bad. Jay-Z got shot down before too." So, but you know what? Every loss just makes me stronger. That I think if everybody looked at it like that, I think you'll definitely keep going and not give up as quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Definitely. And like you said, also another thing is you don't ride coattails. And I noticed that too. You're not one of those name droppers. It's, oh yeah, I was on a show with so-and-so. But did you actually like meet him, network,
right?
talk
Yeah, that's
to him,
what I was saying.
So that's
right.
why, there are artists out there who I know who just name drop. And I'm like,
because they've been on the show, but they don't really know
you've only been on the show. They don't know you from Adam, man.
Right, yeah. And you never, right. Like you're not even mingling in the same rooms. You know, it's different. And like people know the difference of that too. They can actually, and I think that people know that. And when they see these people go on shows, and then like I said, the business aspect too of it is just not just appearing on this show with this person, but now is this network taking me to another level? You get what I mean? So like I said, that's why I said, and then what is the purpose?
Right. So you had said you've only dropped two projects besides your soundtrack.
Yes.
So that was 723
and then
in 2019, and then The Source in 2021. And you have Alex Bugsy Johnson featured on. So that, to me, that seems more like a collab project because he's on almost every song except one.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is we've been rapping together for so long, so that like, believe it or not, I'm on whole projects of his too. So we just go back and forth with releasing it, and I think he's more. See, I'm on the field. And then someone one of those what they call field niggas, and then he's in the house, and that's not being disrespectful because that's my boy, but he has his family, he has his kids, and right now I'm like solo, and I'm able to actually be out on the field doing the work. You know what I'm saying? So he's more in the background, so I'm writing for both of us. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner right there. So that's why he's always on a lot of stuff. I just put him on the song on a sync licensing song with me. So
okay. And then we have the Alliance movie soundtracks, Alliance and Alliance 2. I watched those movies.
Okay.
I don't want to give anything away, but I was just shocked at one of the scenes. Okay, and I think you know which one I might be talking about.
I don't know, but go ahead. What happened?
So in the Alliance, the first one, the dude goes up into the house.
Okay.
And shoots everybody.
Oh.
But he shoots everybody.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm just in it, and I know what scene you're talking about. He kills everybody. I know, but scene.
No, he shoots everybody. And I was like, oh my God, that is hardcore.
Hey, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something, though. If you grew up in Cali in the 90s, and if you know what I'm talking about, like, because I gangbang in the 90s, so, you know what I'm saying? They was doing that, though. They pulled up to people's houses and, you know what I'm saying, they'll shoot everybody in there. You know what I mean? There's some cold cats like that, and that's just a reality of some hood stuff, and it's, the painting that picture, I guess, in this days can get you canceled, but it's some real stuff that happened during the period, and that movie is from an old period. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like an 80s, 90s kind of film. That's why the movie has those old feels of, because looking at who the main character is, and so then his fathers and stuff go back to the 70s, so I had flipped all those kind of beats in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can get that feel for that era, but yeah, this was like back in the day, you know what I mean? It's not something that we're glorifying or anything, but I do feel that.
No, of course. That's definitely not where I was going with it. But I was just shocked. I was just like, I was not expecting that to happen.
Oh yeah, I can understand.
The movies are great. What was it like working with Robert L. Butler on these projects?
So, you know what? When I showed up early, I always try to show up on time, or if I can get there early, but I actually showed up early to the film because I was excited. It was like my first movie that I was working on. And so I just went out, and when he came up to the gate, he's like, "Damn, you here for my camera guy," and then like I had an opportunity to talk to him. So that actually gave me the upper hand because no one else shot out there, like I said before. No one was knocking on the door of like, "Hey, who's doing your music?" And then he was like, "Oh, ain't nobody doing music." So I was like, "Oh man, you gotta check me out, man. Let me do your music. I'm hella good." You know what I'm saying? I can take the whole story. I can write. You send me the script, I'll turn your script into, 'cause that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "All right, bet. Let me hear something." So I sent him some songs, and he was like, and then he got this. He actually bought 723. He wanted the hard copy. He's like, "You got to make some hard copies. If you don't do anything," he's like, "I'm old school. Yeah, I'm old school. You gotta make me a hard copy. I want a CD." So I made 100 copies, but yeah, he bought the first copy, and and the rest has been history. We just been partnered, and I'm like, I go out sometime and just sit on set. You know what I mean? Just watch them act. You know what I mean? Out the whatever scene, just to get a feel for what's going on, so I can go back and like, yeah, I'm gonna take that and write a song with that.
Nice. Yeah, I know the soundtrack on both. They're dope.
Yeah,
they fit so well. It all works. It's incredible. I loved it.
Thank you.
What else? Yeah. So Robert L. Butler, you've worked with movies. What other acting? What other acting things have we had from you?
Ooh, yeah, no.
And can you talk about any projects you might be working on now?
Yes. Oh man, so there's a lot. Okay, so I just did a T-Mobile commercial just recently.
Actually, let's back up. How did you get into acting? And how did all of that happen?
That's a good question.
Because you're actually pretty good. You had me emotional. You dropped this stuff on Instagram lately, these reels.
Oh, yes.
Of these short monologues you're doing. And you had me in tears almost on one of them.
I had me in tears. Listen, no, this is a true story. I promise. I had me in tears because I did that in class, and I've been hella busy, right? So I had Chat GPT, like, send me some short monologues for class. And I lost my father. I didn't even know that one was going to be about, I was talking to my dad. I didn't relate to that until I was actually reading it on the way to class. I was like, oh, wow, damn, what the, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put it to memory. And then I got into class, and it just came out deep. I think the first class I actually like shed tears a little bit after. I did it 3 times really good. And then when she was talking, like actors are good at being able to put themselves in that place, but that's some real, like I really lost my dad, you know what I'm saying? And I watched him die. Like I literally watched him die, you know what I'm saying? So
I think that that's probably why it really hit me the way it did too, because I guess it's the read.
So it made it more realistic for me even too. So, and then what they did is would help me bring it to life so I can achieve the read without stopping in between it, crying or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I was able to get it out no matter what I felt. And then afterward, it's like, because that was deep scene anyway. So. Yeah, that's from a real movie scene or something like that. I don't know, but
Okay.
yeah, it's called When You Know. So.
So what got you into acting?
So so after the Robert L. Butler Jr. movie, The Alliance, the first one, I didn't have a big part, obviously, right? I didn't have any lines or anything, but I just was hungry to really, like, I need to put my acting shoes on. I don't know. I just want to try it and see what happens. Because like I said, I was going to these scenes and watching them act out and talk their scenes out. I was just interested, and then I saw that Tim Carpenter was filming, and he's done some really big stuff, worked with a lot of big stuff. You can just look him up on your own time. But I had reached out to his camera guy, and he gave me his info. He's like, man, this is like, people normally don't just like hit up random people and be like, yo, how can I get on this project? He was like, you know what? I'm going to steer you in the right direction. I'm going to give you his info yourself, and I'm going to tell him, you're a hungry young man. I'm gonna give you that opportunity you want, So he reached out to him, and then, like I said on the radio, he called me. I think he might have been sitting in the airport. I don't know if he was on a plane, but he called me and was like, "Yo, I'm on my way to LA. I'm gonna write you into the script." And the only thing the script said is, "I get my throat cut." You know what I mean? So that's all I can say. And I just practiced that. And when I was on set, the guy, because there's words, of course, but that was the only thing the script said. We did the words live, you know what I mean? Everything else took place. But the guy, my acting coach, he came and he was like, I was sitting out in like the, where the actors are sitting in the green room.
Yeah.
And he came over, the acting coach, and he was like, has anybody ever told you can act? I was like, no, I just practice how to die at home.
That sounds really dark.
I just practiced it because how to take the fall. I didn't even know how I was gonna be sitting. I didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? I just knew I had my throat cut, so I was like,
you just imagine.
I know how it feels to not have breath. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been choked, if you're from the hood, you've been in some fights. You ever know how it feels to not be able to breathe? Imagine that. That's all I was thinking, right? And then, let me take this fall, and how am I falling? How to make it look like it's
natural,
real,
like you're
and
actually
not hurt
falling.
myself. Yeah. So I had all these things running through my head on how to be good at it. And all I remember on set, the guy was like, "Yeah, we in here getting this Will Smith on today." I was like, that pumped me up. I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Okay." So then I was just from there. Just here we are. I mean, I just kept going. Got in the acting class. This is my second one now, and. I'm not going to stop with these acting teachers and stuff. I'm going to keep going, So I want to master it.
Okay. For some reason, I really thought you've been kind of doing it a lot longer and a lot more. But I guess that's just because you just been grinding so much. You just move so much that.
It's like 9 films.
9? There is 9?
There's 9 films now. Yeah. Like, I think when we first sat down and had our first interview, I had only did maybe 1 film.
Okay.
I think of 1 film, and then I had went and after that I did a college film on on UW. Yo, shout out UW, it's beautiful too. So it was just a great experience. You know what I mean? Like this whole ride has been amazing for sure.
Oh, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. I mean, yeah, you've just been moving, working hard ever since we met. It's great to see. It's really great to see you just being successful in things that you love, because you can tell that you love your music. You can tell that you love acting. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be a jack of all trades, and I'll be a master of one of them, right? So, and I had a class for my music before. I had Music 101. It's more teaching how to read music, because I wanted to play the piano, and at some point I wanted to play the guitar, Shout out Jimi Hendrix, yo, rest in peace, man. But he's a legend, and he taught himself how to play,
Yeah.
So being self-taught, I taught myself my brother actually taught me how to write a song, but I was writing poetry. I just didn't know how to turn it into a rap. You know what I mean? I knew how to write the rhyme. I just didn't know how to rap it, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I guess through time, you get better, right? So meeting different people who's influencing you or listening to different artists. Because like I said, the guy I met, he was like, yo, check out Eminem. Listen to this, 50 Cent song. Like, just pointing me in the directions of who to listen to, how their styles are, and like what they're talking about, their subject content, how they're putting it, how they're writing it, their structures, and it just takes time to get better. Everybody's got to learn how to hone in on their craft, and get good at it. So
right. No, definitely. How did you figure out your style? Because like I said before, you do have you storytell quite a bit in most of your music that I've heard, at least.
yes.
And you I don't know, I love the way you put it together. And I can't explain it. Y'all got to just go check out his music cuz it's dope. But
Thank you. Yeah.
like, oh, what was I was listening to like everything today. But your new stuff. So you got the 100 men versus girl.
Oh yeah,
that
it seems like
single.
everyone loves that one for sure. Yeah, that's my performance song too. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
It's dope. I was listening to it. I actually had to play it back because it was the first time I'd heard it. I was like, wait, what is he saying? Because I know, like, obviously the 100 men versus one girl or whatever, that's been a thing. Like, I
That's
don't
a
know
thing,
where it
yeah.
came from, but I know it was a thing. And I was like, what are we
Someone
what are we
that
doing?
was high somewhere on TikTok or something was like, "What if 100 men fought a gorilla? Who will win?"
Is that where it came from? Because
Yeah, I think so.
It
I
just
don't
came out of
know.
nowhere. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I just saw the trend, and it just, I was like, but if I was the gorilla, that's how I was picturing it, right? So that's why I wrote the song from the gorilla's perspective.
Yeah.
Because all the
dope.
men are like, I'd fight him. You know what I'm saying? Give me some rope, we can all rush him, tie him up. I was in a live conversation with Emerald City Posse about this, for real. And yeah, no, that's kind of what they were like. 100 men would beat it, but my song is like, nah. As soon as they open the cage, I'm gonna rip them apart, right? So yeah, y'all gotta go check that out.
Yeah, no, it's a dope song for sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now you have been dropping a lot of singles lately.
Yes.
Yes. Are we getting another project soon?
Yes. I'm working on this West Coast one again with Alex Bugsy Johnson. That's my boy right there. And so yeah, we got there's a lot more little stories in there, some cruising songs in there. But like I said, like you were saying, I always my verses is always gonna like say something about something that's happening, right? So yeah, get ready for some more stories in there too. I
think I had a question I was gonna ask you about that, and I just went on a rant myself. So how did you figure out your style?
Oh yes. Well, I was listening to, so growing up, I've always liked Ice Cube. I think he's a great storyteller. I think he's one of the best. I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves. And if he ever hears this one day, because I'm going to push it for him to hear it, because I'd love to do a song with Cube. But he's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Nas. But before Nas, I was listening to Scarface.
Okay.
And Scarface is another great storyteller too. So, and of course there's Tupac, right? I think he can really tell a good hood story, and and just not be all over the place in their music. And it helped me to get that structure to be like when he said go listen to the greats, I went and I was listening to those guys.
You really were studying the craft, and it shows.
Yes,
and it shows, and that's what I love your music. 'Cause man, I hear music a lot where dude is talking his shit, but then he starts trying to talk about some female, or like it goes from like talking his shit about dudes, he's better than everybody, and then goes left about I don't know. It's so weird, man. I can't even explain it, but I know there's a song in my head
right there.
does that.
It's more.
It's like, where's the structure? Do you know that you're like off topic right now?
He done talked about drinking and drugs and how he's the man in his neighborhood to
like wanting to fuck on a girl, and I'm like,
with some chick, versus
what?
I done left the bar, I almost got jumped at by some dudes by the car. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm saying?
And it's all the
and
same
one of them was
song.
wearing a top hat, smoking a cigar. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to tell this story to y'all, and you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm trying to take these boys far. So I don't know. I'm just
it's
gonna go
all
on and on with it. But yeah,
one single song, and I'm like, dude, you have like 3 concepts in this whole 3.5 minute song, and
I'm all over the place,
confused. But but you have such amazing structure in your music, and it shows that you study. You definitely study.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
for
great.
sure.
Which is so great.
So that's why I go to battles. If I go to a real live battle, So freestyle and off the dome is two different things. So confusing freestyling these days, because they switched it from when I was coming up. I don't remember freestyle. I thought freestyling was always you make it up right there on the scene.
Right.
But freestyling to these guys now is you can, whatever song you wrote that's not maybe with a real song, the games out here rapping verses off songs, just as an example. I mean, he's done it. I saw where it's like, this is a freestyle, but it's with a song, you know what I mean? And it's not really a freestyle because you didn't make it up right there on the spot.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to battles rapping actual off the dome lyrics. You get what I'm saying? But the guy, I battled people that was rapping off paper, and it, so I mean, but I've won battles, so I don't have any complaints on the way that it's going, because I'm gonna keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the way it should be. I think real artists is gonna actually do that, but
I mean,
but who am I? I'm not there yet.
It's a skill to be able to freestyle off the top of your head.
Yeah,
right there
for sure.
Too. And I've like a lot of these newer artists, I don't feel like they have that necessarily.
Not if you're watching that. What is that? XL, double XL freestyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. I don't know how they wrote that stuff. One guy I think started dancing. I don't know.
Choreography.
Yeah.
The whole thing. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But it's some real talent though. It's some real talent too though amongst the newer cats too.
I mean, writing a song or freestyling, it's you got to have some type of skill set for it. So I'm not, trying to knock any of it.
Of course, right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have the same idea of what freestyling is supposed to be too that you do.
I did until I started. Until I went to a show once and he was rapping off paper. I never knew.
I never knew. Never knew I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kali, so you're storytelling, you're theatrical too, which is great. Like you put a lot of passion behind your music, and then you have real messages.
Yes.
In your music, which I also love. I don't know, maybe
I think it's more my background experience of being incarcerated, gang banging, and it just make me more of a well-rounded person. And I've lived in several states. I was never boxed in one place. Because my mom moving us to Cali, I don't think I had really any real childhood friends. You know what I mean? So because you always a new guy everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you never really grow up with nobody, and then. So, like, I was back and forth, but my brother was banging. And then when I came back, I was back and forth to Cleveland. And then I came back, ended up getting involved heavy with him, and then ended up incarcerated. And I think that's where I wrote the most and developed the most, because I had the time to actually sit down and really, learn how to structure my music.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah.
I've heard that from other people, too. They seem to make more music when they're locked up. Not to say, don't get locked up, people. Just,
No. I'm not suggesting get locked up, but I'm sure, when Boosie and all them come out, you'll never notice they got more hardcore. Their music hit a little bit harder because now their experiences made them a little bit more grittier. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
songwriting. It's a completely different thing, than being an artist, being a rapper, performing your own music. How is songwriting for you? What's that experience been like? And who have you wrote for? Can you tell us who you wrote for?
Okay, yeah. So, right now I have a couple projects. Actually, I don't know. Well, okay, so I just did this song. It's more not for anyone in particular, because no one's seeking me out yet to be like, write me a verse. I actually had a DJ hit me and asked me that. So, but it hasn't fell through yet. So I don't want to put that out there like we were saying earlier, but pre the show. But I've just written this for a song for a car show.
Okay.
Big film, full feature movie. First major sync licensing deal.
Okay.
So, what it's been like, it's definitely been progressive.
Yeah.
I'd say. I think I'm getting better even at putting it together. Just more listening to the most recent song that I just did for this car show. And then I just did another one for some TV series. And I don't even know what it is because as I'm getting it, it doesn't say, because my buddy's sending me a lot of this stuff. He's like, he has a record company, so he's connected with radio and licensing companies and stuff. So he's sending me basically the screenshot of the email, and all I can see is it says TV series. We want the song to sound like Nicki Minaj's This Moment of Life or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving you some examples. And then, so I just did this one for a TV series, and then I'm waiting on that one. So that's going to be big. And then this other for a feature film. So that's 2 big ones. And like prior to that, I did Trail of Tears. I'm not sure if that's out yet, but I wrote for that, and let's see. I know I got a song that I did for Tim Carpenter, but I'm trying to retract it. If you listening, yo, I'm trying to get with him. No, because I want to do a different song because I've been building as I fly. So when you ask me about writing, I've been writing hella music. That's why I'm releasing so much of it. But I wasn't recording it because I was trying to get my studio together to get my sound right. Gotcha. So I wrote tons of songs, and now 2025 I'm releasing all these singles, and that's why, because I've done all the work. I have thousands of songs.
I bet you do.
I do, yes.
Because you haven't dropped a project since 2021.
Yeah, COVID. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I just was trying to get my sound right because, you know, there's a professional studio sound that they want too, right? So even on these projects right here, I'm not even mixing the ones or mastering what's going on. I have Mark Ellis Smith working on it. That's the guy that's producing for songs for like Little Flip. Buddy McLean, I just met with him. And we're hopefully slated to work on something. I want to mention that, brother, because I just had an opportunity. Thank you, Mark, for that.
Awesome.
So, yeah, my people watching, you know, so it's good to shout them out, you know, when I get an opportunity to, you know what I mean? Thank God of all times for sure for blessing me with the talent to be able to do this. And, yeah.
It sounds like you have a lot of dope people around you, supporting you, working with you.
Yes.
And I feel like that's also super important to staying consistent. I feel like if you don't have some type of team, some type of support group pushing you,
you got to change your surrounding for sure.
You really, yeah.
Yeah. You know, because if the people that you're with, if they're not being that successful, you know, as you need them to be, because they have to be doing their thing too and pushing in a direction and then motivating you as well. And you're motivating them. That's what me and my friends do. You know, we see each other as pillars.
Yeah.
You know, we're all leaders. And sometimes you got to know how to follow in order to know how to lead. So that's really what we out here doing. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah, supporting each other, you know. So that's kind of why every time I'm on a project, I'm trying to bring my boys with me, Alex Bugsy Johnson or William S. That's part of my group. It's part of my band. So I actually am a part of a band.
You were, yes, that's right. I knew this because we talked about it when we first linked up for an interview. Is the band still together then?
Well, no. Actually, I had to rebrand, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. I had made a post recently that the 3 was under rebranding because originally Mark's daughter was a part of our brand, our band.
You had like, was she a singer?
Yes. Yeah, she's a pop singer and she's really good, and I hate losing her out of our group, but you know, she wants to be more on the back side of things, I guess. So it's not that she's leaving the industry or anything. I think she wants to just figure out what she wants to do, but more behind the camera and stuff like that. So, but since then, that's why we've brought on William S. to work with us. So that way we can complete the group because he knows how to sing. He's the one that's actually singing on that 100 Man vs. Gorilla.
Okay.
Yeah, someone said he sounds like Nate Dogg. I don't know.
I have to run it back again.
Man, I don't know. Yeah. Y'all have to listen to that. Hit me if y'all watching this and you follow Jen and me together. Please leave a message on what do you think about that song. Does he sound like Nate Dogg? I don't know. I heard that though. Someone said that to me.
I would have
Like
to
not
see,
just him either. It was like several people kept saying like, he kind of sounds a little like he's got some Nate Dogg vibe going on.
I would have to go back and listen to it to see if I can hear it. But I love that song.
Yeah.
I really love that song.
It's danceable too. So
it's a whole vibe. I love it.
yeah. Huh. Well, I hope we get some good feedback from it though, because I'm just curious to know. Now you got to go re-listen. Now
I know. I wish I could play it right now, man. All right, the artist Kali. You know what? I didn't ask you the basic questions. How did the name come about?
The artist Kali. So when I left, when I was locked up, I was reading this book, called I'm trying to think of what it's called. Oh my gosh, I'm having a mind blank. I don't know. It was a series, and like it had mentioned this character called Kali, right? It's like a god, and like, so I like did research on the name, and so it is Swahili though too. It does mean energetic. And like, it's like a positive energy, right?
Fitting.
So
Very
I thought it was fitting. I was right. So then I had signed under Kali, and I was trying to distinguish myself from Kali because there's other artists named Kali.
I know. So that brings me back to when I did first get introduced to you. I confused you with another artist who went by Kali.
Yeah.
But you pronounce it Kali.
Yes.
And I think I even said, "Oh, are you Kali?" And you're like, "No, that's not me."
Right. Yes. So I'm trying to make sure to distinguish that. So then I added the artist. Because, I was signing it, like I said, with the affiliation, right? So I took the way I spelled it with the double A. My boy's like, no one's going to ever spell this right. He's like, no one's ever going to get this.
Nah.
But, I mean.
Because you combined the artist.
I combined it.
There's no space.
It's no space.
And then THA, not E.
And it's all lowercase after the T, too, by the way. Because I have people separating it, putting the capital A for the artist part. Because I think I did that at first. But now I've trademarked my name now. So.
Okay.
So I own I own the trademark. I own the trademark. So
the logo and everything.
Yeah.
See, yeah. So you're really into like the business aspect of music too,
Yes.
which also sets you apart.
Yeah. Well, I've once read somewhere 90% the music business is 90% business and 10% music. So
Yeah. We have been learning that at LX3. So
I've definitely been learning it too.
There's a lot.
It's a long road.
There's a lot of aspects to it too. I'm actually starting to go to school for my bachelor's in business, music business, because I need to learn more.
Yeah, I know. Me too. And you know what? I hired a brand developer after I wasn't signed. And she literally told me in the message, she said, I don't care where you are. I'm going to start you from the beginning. This was her words. Shout out Gigi Miller. Hey, Gigi Miller, I'm telling you. But anyway, so she said that. And she said, I'm going to start you from the beginning. If you don't listen, you're going to end up having to double back. I had to go get my trademark, and then I had to go get my DBL. My DBA, because those are important. And I didn't realize I needed it until I was sitting down with Empire, signing a distribution deal. And I saw on there, it said DBA on there, doing business as. Because your LLC is a location, typically is a building, right? It's normally the business, you can have it online. It doesn't move around. It doesn't go in and out of rooms.
Right.
You do business as who you do business as. That's your persona. That is the business that you can maneuver and do work as, right? So when I walk into these rooms, I'm no longer my real person. You have to look that up and find out. I am now the artist Kali when I step into this room. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, how do you distinguish between, your normal self, your regular, and the artist Kali? Are you just always ready to step into the character of your art, or are you just
No, I think being yourself is always the best. I'm still me.
Well, yes.
I just created the artist brand. You get what I mean? So that it amongst the business, it distinguishes me from that because when taxes come after me, they're not gonna come after me per se. They're gonna come after the artist Kali. And I'm like, yeah, that nigga owe you. Keep knocking. He ain't answering. He ain't taking no calls. No, I'm kidding, but no, for real. I mean, that's what distinguishes it at the end of the day, because everything else is still me. Like I still care about the things I care about, whether I'm portraying the artist Kali or if I'm just a regular person at home in sweats. I still care about the same things. You know what I'm saying? Those are still me. I'm still representing myself the same way because, yeah, I always want to be myself. You're never going to catch me off guard. You know what I'm saying? If I say I don't smoke crack, I don't smoke crack. But no, seriously. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? My word is my bond. No, and I think that's what men do. You know what I mean? And especially that's important for black men, especially because we have a bad stigma already. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love being silly, but at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to represent to the fullest, you know what I'm saying, of who I am, no matter what odds come against me. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's just fuel, you know what I'm saying? I use it as fuel, I follow a lot of people and I realized that they had some of the same obstacles come up against them, and you either gonna fold under the pressure or you gonna fight against it. So,
and look at you.
Yeah.
Fought against it, succeeding in everything you touch, it seems, and it's amazing to see. I absolutely love it. You deserve all the success.
Thank you.
Have
We're
worked
working for it. For sure.
Yeah, you work hard for it, and it shows, and I definitely appreciate your work ethic.
Thank you. Oh yeah, and it's rare, and like I said, if people want to make it, that's what they're gonna do, because there's a lot of people that quit. But like, I mean, you already know the saying. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Winners never quit and quitters never win. So, you know what I'm saying? There's no in between. So I'm not even trying to go for a bronze. I'm trying to like I said, I'm trying to master my craft. I think there's some people that can be said about, you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking up to like Denzel Washington and like just great people, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking up to those people and you're trying to model yourself after these people, you got to understand that they go hard in the paint every day. They might skip parties. They might be like, I was never at that party because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I didn't have time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, because we don't see you out.
Yeah, no, I haven't been out.
Don't go out.
I haven't. Yeah.
I mean, unless it's a show that you're on, I don't think I've really ever seen you except when I first met you, and I don't know why. I don't think you were performing. I think you were just there to support, though. I really don't know why you showed up, but I'm glad you did.
Oh, yeah, because, if I'm invited to an event, I like to show up and show support to other artists, especially local artists, too. I think that they deserve a lot of support, you know what I'm saying? And coming from that scene, I always want to pay it forward, and, like, I always share people's work, too, just randomly. It's random. So if you tag me and you don't see it, because you tagged me, you know what I'm saying? And I just mean that in a way, like, why can't it be organic? What I'm saying? Everything that I've experienced has been organic. Nothing has been something that's been planned. It's all been as I've been going and working for it. That's how I've earned it. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to earn it, then keep doing the work. I'll see it and I'll share it that way. You get what I'm saying? People don't want to be tagged anyway these days. Ain't everybody tired of being tagged in something? They friend tagging you?
I think it depends. Like, I know I had this guy that just kept tagging me and tagging me and tagging me, and a bunch of other people. He would tag like 99 people, like the max people you can tag. And I'm like, what even is this? And you don't know me.
But when it's their plate of food, they just went outside and took a walk.
It's random stuff. It's not even music. It's not art. It's not like anything that pertains to Word on the Beat or LXC or anything. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
Remove tag.
Yep. Yeah. Or I just don't, like, I might love it. I might say something, but like I said, I want it to be organic and like, you know what I'm saying? And I do support people. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't, but I just think that you have to find another way to market. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the people who let it go, but a lot of people don't. And if it be your own family too, sometimes that won't share your stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Man, my mom hates this. he hates the stuff that I do with this.
Really?
Hates it, man. She
Why?
hates. Because I'm around rappers, and that means I'm around gangbangers and drug dealers, and you know, judging people before she gets to know them. So, I mean, she doesn't live in the state, so
Even Nino Brown bought turkeys for Thanksgiving for the community. Free game.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't get support from. Nope, family does not support this at all, and I don't care because the support I do get is from people who actually really support, and that's what makes, you know.
And we thank you for coming down and supporting the craft and being a lover of hip hop, because this is, you know, definitely a blessing even for you to even put the show together too, and like make this happen. You know what I'm saying? So for you to stand behind it and, you know, put your name on it is definitely, it's meaningful. It's, you know, so the people that is reaching, that it means something to, it means something to them, and that's what matters the most.
That's what matters, exactly. You know, I don't know. So as far as music and distribution deals and you know, being in that part of the music, the business aspect, are they really big on likes and follows and views as much as they say they are?
I met when I talked to the ARs, I don't know exactly. I mean, I think they wanted to see a mixture of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Your marketing, your, you know what I'm saying, your likes, your views, because, well, I know a few things, but I think your views matter more than anything. Thank you for watching. Come back again. So you watch something on Netflix and you didn't like it. They have a like button too.
Yeah.
But you don't like it, but you watched it.
Right.
They just got your view. That's why it says 1,000. Somebody tried to clown me before. He said, you only got 27 likes and you got 1,000. But my distribution is paying me for the 1,000. Thank you for watching, sir. You thought you was dogging. You thought you was cooking. You got burnt.
But can't you pay for all that?
Nah.
Aren't there things where your people can pay for views and follows and...
Yeah, but no, I mean, because you want to see where your viewers are coming from, though.
Right, I know.
So, like, if you play with the numbers and use just a starting artist, I mean, you're not going to really know. And then, let's say I got a booking manager, and then he's, you know, like, where are you cooking at? And then he looking at my algorithm, and it says LA, and we got to LA, and it's empty. You know what I'm saying? The only people there is my team.
Okay.
Then you'll know that you just play with the numbers. So then, you know, you take your career as you take it. But right now, I'm going to just keep doing the work. My visibility is going to come from working with management, working with the marketing team. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to use your resources and use your wallet. If you don't have a wallet, you need to go get one. Maybe that electrician is, you know, then that job might be beneficial.
Right.
Because people knock those and be like, nah, I just want to rap. I actually do that kind of stuff. So how you think I'm able to contribute and put into my music? You got to do what you got to do. I think Jim Carrey, not Jim Carrey, the other Carrey from Cleveland, he had said he worked at like McDonald's before. You know what I'm saying? And he was the host of the same thing as like Steve Harvey and all that, you know, doing the same.
Drew
Carey.
Yeah.
Drew Carey said he worked at McDonald's before. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Everyone
you know
starts
what I mean?
somewhere.
Yeah, everyone got to start somewhere. So, you know what I'm saying? And you got to use that money and don't be afraid to invest. You know, short story, I always thought that someone's supposed to find you and pump all this money into you. But why would someone do that if you don't even want to pump $1 into yourself?
Right.
I mean, that says a lot. If you don't invest in yourself, no one else will either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. Some people don't want to, or they don't believe they should, but I mean, what else are you doing? Because there's a lot of people that create music, but the ones that get discovered is the ones that do the work, right? And they make themselves, they make a footprint in this industry that lets them know that I'm valuable. You know what I'm saying? I'm a valuable player in this game. So,
well, and just going off of that, you know, if you do invest in yourself, they're gonna see that, oh, he thinks he's worth it. Okay, maybe he is worth it. We're gonna check him out.
Right. And then as you meet people, they'll introduce you to people. Just keep it professional in business. I don't never ask nobody for anything though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ask them for like money and other their support. If they're going to support, they will.
Right.
But I'm just trying to make myself like, where can I fit in your project to make myself useful for your project, and then take their project just as serious as I would my own. So that's what I've kind of done. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean, like, I haven't asked for handouts. I guess I've asked to be a part of things that was going to be beneficial for working. And some people are like, oh, I ain't working for free. But little do they know, like, I've done some pro bono work, and that pro bono work led me to the paid work, because now my name was on something. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And they was like, you gonna get the credit though. My name was on something. I was background for 3 Busy Debras. My name is on something though.
Yeah. Yeah. And your name was worth a lot. You get your name out there for
That's
sure.
right. It's gonna grow. Then when you look up their net worth, you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next? What's the next question?
Next,
What's
Kali?
going on?
What let's see. So music, acting, songwriting. We talked about your name, where you got it. Are you do everything? Well, you're not gonna rebrand because you've got it all trademarked and licensed and all that.
Yes.
So
And I was actually looking this up recently too, like, you know, like, just kind of like, where does my brand fit? Not looking it up, but like trying to really contemplate with the type of artist. So when you said storyteller, like, that fits my brand. That is a part of my brand, right? So Kali the Griot, because Griot's the storyteller. So you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense, and he tells urban stories.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the brand right there.
That is the brand. All right.
Because we want to help these kids, man. I think that they're the future. They're important. You know what I'm saying? They need us back out in the community as far as male role models. And I think as an artist, like, no matter what direction I go with it, I want to make sure that it's going to uplift the community. So no, actually, I am kind of doing a little bit of rebranding, but not much. Just more so in, like, I guess, the language, the words, my linguistics, because I want to use more words. My mom called me, so she listened to all my work too, and then she was like, I know you. I used to carry this book, 100,000 words you should know before leaving high school, and so she's like, you used to carry that book. She's like, I know you know words. So yeah, so I just had to go and switch up the language, the words, so that way it's more clean and she can listen to it. And, you know, and touring with ECP, they all hip hop heads. They're not out doing all that swearing, and, you know, they're performing for kids, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Is that kind of another? Well, I don't think you do. You don't really cuss in your music, anyways.
not really, no. I don't. I never really did anyway, but there is some. But
There's
yeah,
some, but yeah,
but
it's
still,
pretty clean.
I just thought I want to clean it up a little bit more and, like, take it, like I said, another direction, like, with just pure hip hop. If you're gonna love it, it's still gonna be tough. It's still gonna be gritty, and yeah, every now and then because you gotta make my street anthems. You know what I'm saying? Because
Of course.
I got people that's still incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Some of my people that ain't gonna ever see daylight. So yeah, I think that some of my anthems be like, I be thinking about them sometimes.
So
Yeah.
do you feel like your music has kind of developed from when you were, fresh out of prison to even now today?
Oh yes, most definitely. I think the biggest thing that helped me to really, like, hone in with the style is that I want to go hard. I think the distribution deal, actually. So, like, because I went back to the writing board with it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm on a whole new playing field. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like some of the older music is not going to compare lyrically to where I'm at now. So I want to rewrite some of it just because of that. Because now I'm like, when I hear the beat, I'm trying to just bar it up. Like, I'm trying to bar it up, but still, like, tell those stories. You know what I'm saying? But like, I want it to sound really good, and, like, you know, Nas is, I think, like I said, I think he's one of the greatest storytellers. Between him and Ice Cube and Nas and Scarface, those guys are top of the charts, man. Eminem too as well. I gotta say, Eminem told some really good stories. So
Yeah.
modeling those guys, I'm trying to, like, be right there where they are. You know what I'm saying? So Some of them just keep getting better too, though, huh?
Man. Somehow. I mean, it's all about growth and continuing to master your skill. You never stop learning.
Yeah, that's true.
In anything. I mean, shoot, I keep learning, and I keep, I watch back at my interviews and I'm like, ooh, I could have done that a different way, or, oh, I kind of like what I did there, but maybe it's not going to fit with this guest if I tried it, So there's different aspects on everything. You just got to keep learning. And I feel like that's when people stop, when they think that, oh, I'm the best. This is it. Is when.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that. I said master it, but what I mean is just being great at the craft, because I don't know if there's ever that kind of level. You know what I mean? Like I know that Will Smith has acting coaches. I know that Denzel Washington has acting coaches. So, and then like there's some of the top of the list for actors, and if they still have them, I'm sure it's necessary, because you don't know. I've never been an alien yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that feels to play myself and then be myself in the same movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw Will Smith do that. So I'm just saying, you haven't had that experience of trying to do that and walking yourself through it yet. So I don't know. It's a learning experience for everything. So I think you do get better as you go.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh.
So tell me about this logo. Where did the logo come from?
So when I was designing 723, so that's my that's my birthday, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So 723 is the birth of a man. I used the Leonardo da Vinci, the symbol in the back, and then the lion represents that Leo, that zodiac sign symbol. So when I was doing the birth of the man, I just didn't keep his Da Vinci thing in the back of it. Otherwise, I probably would be infringing on something, but yeah, when I came up with the logo, that was the idea, is that, just the birth of a man, because just in creating this whole, so after I was signed and I created the Thaartist Kali, so that was like rebirth of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay. I don't know. That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It fits. No, I like it. I like the concept. I like the idea. It makes sense.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Believe it or not, the last show I was on, he asked me the same question too. If you look up 7 as a spiritual number, I don't know if you believe in numbers or not, but mathematically, the world is based on numbers, right? We got the circumference of the earth and all that. And then just thinking of so when I was born, on the 7th month, the 23rd day, the stars and all this had to be aligned a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to put something mystical into it. The day that some great artist was born. I don't know. Right. I don't know. Just trying to be epic and something.
I mean, you are pretty epic. So, if it's...
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I have a lot of stuff in the making that
and you're humble,
I can't say
which I
yet.
love. You're so talented, but you're humble. You're approachable when you are outside.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. And even at that Looney show in Seattle, you were trying to connect me with people. I remember that. You were trying to connect me with people, and I was not ready. I was not ready at all.
Yeah. Like I said, I believe in a network for sure.
No,
right?
You do. So and I appreciate how open and supportive you are with things. It's great.
Thank you.
You kind of been a supporter of me since we met. Now that I think about it, because I mean, when we linked up for that interview, I think wasn't it at in Sumner at the parking lot of Schaefer.
But I saw you were hungry enough to have this because you had a vision
But I was still working with. I'm pretty sure I was with Digital Dope Boys then. So
you were, yeah.
Okay, because I hadn't quite. I was hungry, and he wouldn't let me meet artists. And I know why now. I understand why. Then
you would have figured out how to do this and wanted to do it yourself.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
That he just knew what kind of guys were out there.
I see. Okay. Well, but I could say, I thought you would mean you were gonna steal away from the show, and now you will no longer be a part of his show.
No, Frankie wasn't
sometimes
like that.
you don't want Like, I wouldn't want to lose.
I think he was just being protective of me as.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there is
like
a lot
a
of
father figure daughter situation, because
And that does happen too.
Yeah.
So I understand it, because that's where me and Bugsy was when we were discussing our other band member when it was a girl prior to the guy now that we was like her big brother. So
yeah.
But and you're supposed to defend the women that's with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see not doing that. So
No, it's appreciated, but y'all gotta realize we can handle ourselves. We do know what we're getting into in this type of industry.
Until you're in the room with Bubba, because even guys might end up in a room with Bubba, and then you know what I'm saying.
These days, you don't know who you're gonna end up in a room with.
Yeah, and then it's a whole different ball game. He didn't knock the phone out your hand. You can't call 911. Now you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You never know what kind of situation, and just, looking out for you as, big brother, father figure, like you said, because that's what we want for our daughters. Don't put yourself in any situation that, your father would not want you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's what, like, for my opinion, that's what a lot of dudes do for their girls. Like, believe it or not, he's not telling her not to wear that because he ain't want to see her go outside the house because he don't want her to look good, because obviously that ain't it. But you about to go out, I don't know. There's predators out there all the time. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Right.
My daughter the same way. She's a little girl. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want her to drive just like that going to school. You know what I'm saying? So I got to look out for my people.
Right. For sure. What else do we have coming up? What else can we talk about? Because I'm
auditioning for a lot of big stuff right now. If that comes through, then I'm gonna be headed up to Portland for like a week.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to meet with this artist down there too while I'm down there, which is gonna happen no matter what. The artist part's gonna happen no matter what. She's coming up from Cali, and just another connect. And then we were already talking about making some beautiful music, so I can see some Jay-Z and Beyonce growing from it. Hint, hint. Oh, wait, go ahead.
Okay.
What happened?
Love interest.
I was saying the music
part. Okay.
But she beautiful too. I ain't gonna say, no, she beautiful. She a beautiful sister too. But no, she can sing really well. That song Rooted, that we were working on, that's one of our first tracks. And I think we're up to number 2. I'm just kind of waiting for the recording, trying to sit down with her so I can actually record some of it. And just see where it grows. I ain't gonna speak on anything. I don't know what direction things might go. So
okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I think we've covered everything. Kali, what do you think?
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, I don't have much more that I can say.
I know.
Without, because some stuff, like, there's NDAs on, and and like I said, I already mentioned the car show rivalry that's coming up with Preston Goins. Just shout out to that brother for having me. Like I said, that's my first sync licensing, but thank you for Word on the Beat for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you are a busy man.
Yes.
So tell people where they can find you at.
Yo, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on every platform as Thaartist Kali. That's THAARTIST KALI. That's one word for the artist, and then space Kali. Again, that's KALI, like Cali. I did grow up in Southern Cali, but don't get too confused. Mine has a K.
And I'll have all of that linked on the description so they can find you super easy. And you're amazing.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
And you're a great host. Thank you for having me again. And your staff here, your engineers and stuff, man, your camera people. Shout
out LROC for always getting me right with everything, even when I confuse him with my little directions of what I want. And guys, we are shooting at the LX3 studio in Parkland. If you need anything, podcasts, videos, studio time, we have in-house engineers. Hit us up, LX3 Empire. You can hit me up. Word on the Beat 1. Kali, thank you so much again. Y'all, stay tuned for the next episode and go follow him.
Peace.
Thanks for watching the Word on the Beat talk show. Be sure to follow us on all social media at Word on the Beat 1. That's Word on the Beat with the number 1. And visit our website at wordonthebeat.net for more updates and content. See you next time.